Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your gameplay for the AMD.35 SA35. This is a currently rank 1 battle rating 1.7 light tank in the French Grand Tech tree. And the reason why I'm doing this gameplay video, the reason why this vehicle is so special is because this is the first reward, the lowest reward that you can get for the Repair Factory Crafting event. That's right, this only costs one acceptance certificate or certificate of acceptance, whatever it is, and is a relatively easy vehicle to get. You can get this more or less by casually playing during the crafting event or shortly thereafter. Now that being said, it's more or less about the same as its basic brother, the AMD.35, as you can see here. The only real differences are the fact that this obviously has a much different turret. This is the regular 35. And it's got a larger cannon. So this has a 47mm cannon. This only has a 25mm cannon. And also, this lacks an LMG, which is kind of a problem in my opinion because of how many open top and lightly armored vehicles there are at this BR, like SPAA, where they're essentially on the back of a truck. You can actually get quite a few kills with an LMG, and this just does not have that capability. Now, you might be asking yourself, why is this 1.7 BR compared to this being reserved? And to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to actually wait and see once the gameplay comes out, once I get into a few matches rather. But despite the fact that this is only 25mm, it goes 950 meters per second and has a higher amount of pen than this does, pretty much across the board at all angles and ranges. So it's pretty interesting. And this also goes around, it has a 50% lower, or rather, the AMD.35, the 25mm cannon, has about 50% higher muzzle velocity than the 47mm SA35. So we're going to have to wait and see exactly what this is, but otherwise it's pretty much the exact same vehicle. It's got about the same reload, armor, everything. Even the same mass, which I'm kind of surprised they might change that in the future, because there's no way that this contraption weighs the same as this. But either way, let's get into a few matches, see if this thing is actually worth being 1.7 BR, if it should be higher, lower. I really doubt it should be any higher, probably lower, being that this only fires solid shot. If it was solid shot with HE filler, maybe, but really you're just taking more post-pen damage but less chance of penning. But either way, let's get into a few matches, see how this thing performs, and maybe we can judge it then. Let's get into it. So right away with this vehicle, one of the big downsides that I feel like I'm going to be experiencing is the fact that it doesn't have an LMG. Now you might be wondering yourself, why an LMG? Why does that matter? Well, it's simply because you can't get through obstacles nearly as easily without an LMG, or, well, better said, you know, people would probably prefer an HMG. I mean, I know I would, but an LMG does just fine when going through fences and things like that. You know, if you want to go through heavier structures like, you know, large stone or things like that, HMGs typically perform a little bit better. But regardless, when you're dealing with an 8.2 ton vehicle, even a simple fence like this, a simple fence can really slow you down. And that really sucks, you know, quite honestly. So, plus, as I think I said in the intro, you really, having any sort of MG is of huge importance when you're going after unarmored vehicles, like in the back of a you know, truck, for example, where they have like those low-level SPAA. That is huge. If you have an LMG, that is very easily usable to kill them, and you can get a few kills per match using that. You know, even one kill per match makes it more useful. You know, makes it really useful. So that being okay, this guy does not see me. Got the gunner and loader. That's good. And target destroyed. Now this is something you're going to see a lot of with this vehicle, unfortunately, is just a lack of one-hit kills because it only has AP ammunition, which sucks. And ooh, this surge reverse when turning at full is not very good. But most vehicles at this BR, I mean, what can you really expect? It's not going to be very good. Okay, we have some sort of an enemy over here. Can I hit him? I can. It's a BT5 one-hit kill. That's actually kind of unexpected. Ooh, is that a Valentine? Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, that's a Soviet vehicle. T28, not too terrible. But, I mean, overall, thus far, this vehicle, it's a bit unimpressive. I mean, like, I'm not hating it, but as I think I mentioned before, its placement, its BR placement is a bit strange. Like, I just truly don't get it. At 1.7 BR, as opposed to the regular AMD.35, it just doesn't seem to offer too much of an advantage over it, if any at all. I had a real tough time seeing that thing. But thus far, I mean, what? I've got 2 kills, 1 assist. That's not, or 3 assists, rather. That's not terrible. Oh. Nice. I got the gunner and the turret drive. And the kill. Okay, we have another guy here. And before you guys start going off on me spawn camping, look at the map. Look at the map. There's nothing I can do. I can't move any further than I already am. You know, like, we can't, like, this is literally the only feasible option at this point. It's called spawn pushing. I get it. You know, it sucks when a team is this far down. Whatever. Either way, let's get into the next match. Not too bad. 4 kills, 3 assists. But, that's honestly probably the best result I've ever had with this vehicle thus far. And it came as a result of our team dominating these guys. So let's go over kind of an itemized list of gripes with this vehicle. 1, it is too tall and offers no additional armor. This is substantially taller than even the standard AMD.35. Second, as I mentioned in the first video, it lacks any LMGs, which if you're just trying to smash through fences, in that instance I did hit the concrete, but if you're just trying to smash through a fence and you succeed in it, it's much easier with an LMG to destroy that fence. Third, this thing lacks ammo. So yeah, you might look at it and say, oh, 30 rounds of ammo at max, that's not too bad. Well, when you're firing at between 3 and 4 seconds per shot, what happens is you only have about 1.5 minutes of sustained fire before you run out of ammo, which, when dealing with a relatively low penning cannon like this, it's not necessarily a guarantee that you're going to be able to actually have too much ammunition to be able to keep firing beyond that. So you're going to have to kind of be tied to a base and likely cap bases. Okay, sounds like we got some enemies over here. Okay, low penning. Got the kill. Got some other people maybe over here. Gotta try to smash through this. Can't. And this is another issue. Okay, we got some people over here, sounds like. This is another issue because now I have to use my cannon to be able to smash through this and run out of all of my momentum and then have that just kind of spawn right back in my face, which is a big problem. Okay, the B point is being capped. It is what it is. I'm just gonna move up here. I think I hear some people behind this. I do. Okay, got the gunner. That's always a positive result. And got the kill. Very nice. This guy hopefully doesn't know I'm here, even though he should. Don't want to be too impacted by that divot in the ground, but of course I will be. I hate these craters. Wow, a rare kill. Rare one-hit kill. So the AP on this, again, is not very good, but... Oh, that was lucky. That was hella lucky. Sounds like we got someone else over here. Now, one of the main points that I always try to make in this sort of gameplay is to make it so that you guys have an honest, like a very, at least as best as I can, an honest view of how these vehicles perform, especially a vehicle like this, where you can actually see its performance. You know, I'm just going to do this, try to draw them out a little bit. Like where you're actually going to purchase or possibly purchase this vehicle. Like, it wouldn't be fair otherwise, you know? Like, why would I want to show you guys something like an idealized version of X or Y vehicle, and this is something where you're going to actually purchase it? You know, it wouldn't be fair because this is almost, in a way, some people treat gameplay videos like reviews. Oh my god. This thing has no weight to it. At least even the Panzer IIs have some level of weight to them. So you really want to make sure... Okay, we got someone behind me, it looks like. Oh my gosh, this thing is just pain. And of course, like, you know, it's a level 1 vehicle, right? Or a rank 1 vehicle. You're not really... You can't expect an MBT out of this thing. You can't expect, you know, ridiculous turret traverse rates. You can't expect a lot of things with this. You know, I mean, hell, even the QN506, which is the top level ground vehicle reward for this event, you really don't even get top level turret traverse with that, or speed for that matter. But when it comes to this vehicle in particular, you know, again, you have a lower amount of pen than the standard AMD.35 has, which is a bit disconcerting for a higher BR vehicle with the same exact chassis. It's just a little bit strange. Like, for example, the D2 offers much more armor than this. Of course, it's a... Oh, my God. It offers much more armor than this. Of course, it does have a much slower speed, which is obviously a problem. But... Ooh, got the engine. And he's behind that. Can I kill him like this? We'll have to wait and see. Okay, it's just not going to pen. I wonder if it's going through the tree and impacting, like how much I can actually pen on this fella. Okay, got the gunner. And doesn't matter, because I got killed by a plane. Okay, we have an enemy up here, it looks like. Yeah, if that was the standard AMD.35, that would have actually hit him because of the high... Ooh, he's going to die. Because of the higher amount of muzzle velocity. But regardless, so just coming down to it, when it comes to this vehicle, is it any good? Would I recommend it? Well, that's a tough one, because in my opinion, like the AMD.35 with the 25mm cannon, like I don't see any reason why I would want... Oh, really? I missed that guy over here? I don't see any reason why I would want this necessarily over that. Now, of course, this does have better post-pen damage. I'm not going to lie. You know, I'm not just saying, oh, well, this vehicle sucks. You know, it does have better post-pen damage. It does feature a bigger shell, and in some ways, it is a little bit better. But in the ways that it's not better, it lacks an LMG. It has a taller profile, same armor. So because it has a taller profile, it's going to be easier to pen because it's easier to hit. I don't want to camp this guy, but I'm gonna have to because this is all that's left in this match. Okay, look at this. I can't do poop here. Oh, perfect time for an LMG, as a matter of fact. Speaking of... But I'm going to die anyways. So, that being said, insofar as this vehicle is concerned, do I think it's worth it? Well, at 1.7 BR, no, it should probably go down to 1.3. I don't see why it's 1.7. It just makes very little sense. You have better Panzers at this VR, much better. But how much would it be worth on the marketplace? In my opinion, I don't think that any normal person should purchase this for more than $2 or $3. It is just not that good. You know, there have been much better low BR event vehicles awarded in the past than this, unfortunately. And so while this is not an absolute stinker, like, of course, you can still get kills with this. Like, I've got 5 kills, 1 assist with very little issues, much the same with the last match. It's just not really all that great. Like I said, the 25mm cannon, despite the fact that you can pen, you know, you'll have lower post-pen damage, you still can kill with that cannon. You're going to kill, you're at least going to pen more often. So, in some regards, it's a superior weapon. Let's see if I can actually hit this guy. Ooh, I got the transmission. Nice. So, yeah, I wouldn't really buy this personally for more than $2 or $3. If you're a collector, you know, I mean, maybe up it to 5 or 6, but, you know, it's not giving that level of performance. Like, there are better vehicles in the French Grand Tech tree, such as the Char B1 Bis. That is a much better, or the B1 Terror, rather, much better vehicle than this, relative to BR even. So, yeah, I would just spend my money elsewhere than this. It's not, again, the absolute worst vehicle in the world. It's got decent mobility, but so does the AMD.35. The standard AMD.35 has the same exact mobility, and if my theory is correct about this thing, which I'm actually really surprised this does not weigh even 0.1 tons more, then the weight will eventually increase on this vehicle, and we'll see this have a slightly lower level of mobility than the standard AMD.35. And I know I'm comparing this with the AMD.35 a lot, yeah, whatever. But that's kind of the basis of comparison I have to have at this point. So, that said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Of course, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I appreciate each and every time you guys interact with my videos, whether it's positive, negative, or neutral. It all means the world to me. But either way, thanks again, and I will see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.